All right, so today's lesson is on just the basics of the French horn. The French horn has a couple different parts. You have your mouthpiece, okay? Always make sure it is clean. Clean it like every week, every other week. You have all these different slides, okay? Spit will get stuck in them, just a heads up. But bring it to me and I will help you. And then we also have our valves. When we number our valves, 1 is the one that is going to be closest to your face while you're playing. Then you have 2, then you have 3. Okay? To properly hold our French horn, I'm going to angle this down just a little bit. You are going to put your left hand, pointer finger on 1, middle on 2, ring on 3, and then our other hand is going to make kind of a scooping motion and go right inside the bell here, and we're going to prop it up on our knee. So that we can still get a sound out. You don't want it all the way against your leg, okay? And you don't want it to be uncomfortable, so this angle might change a little bit for you to make you the most comfortable. We are going to be using the Tradition of Excellence book as we are learning, and we are going to be starting on page 6 where it says full band. Full band. Our first note in number 1, Away We Go, is an A. It's on the second line or second space. And we play an A, if you look in the green up top, right here and here. We'll show you all your notes. We play an A by pushing down the first and second valve. We're going to keep our corners back and make sure we're getting a solid buzz. And we are going to try our A. I'm going to play it first, and then you are going to match that pitch. So 1 and 2. Play that with me. Now here's where you're going to have to troubleshoot. If it sounds like you're too low, you need to pull these corners back like a smile. If it sounds like you're too tight or too high, you need to loosen a little bit and slow your air down. Let's try that again. Okay, now join me. Good. So, for number 1, we have in our first measure that A, and that is a whole note. You know it's a whole note because it looks like an open circle, and it takes up the entire space of that measure. It takes up the whole measure. In measure 2, you have a whole rest. Keep in mind, whole rests look like the upside down top hat because a gentleman or a whole man will take his hat off when he comes inside. So every single measure, we're tapping for 4 beats, and we're either playing for 4 or resting for 4. Join me, number 1. 5, 6, number 1. Ready? Rest, 2, 3. Rest, 2, 3. Rest, 2, 3. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now, if you heard the first 2 notes, I started on a higher pitch and dropped down low. That's because I was too tight. I had to loosen up a little bit. Okay, let's do number 1 again. Pause if you need to. 5, 6, number 1. Ready? Rest, 2, 3. Rest, 2, 3. Last 1. Ready? Rest, 2, 3, 4. Good. Go back and play that as many times through as you need to be able to match that note and get a good sound. A good sound means that you're supporting it with air. It doesn't sound pinched, but it also doesn't sound super low. All right, the next note we are going to learn is in number 2, going up, and that is a B flat. When we play a B flat, we're going to push down just our first valve. This is the note. Listen first. Now you're going to play that note with me. Let's do that again. Make sure that you are either matching it or you're loosening or tightening these corners. Good. Now we have the same rhythm in number 2. So we're going to start out with a whole note, which gets 4 beats, and then a whole rest, which gets 4 beats in between each measure. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. Rest 2, 3. Rest 2, 3. Rest 2, 3. Rest 2, 3, 4. And same thing. If you heard how I kind of flubbed that last note, that was because I was too tight. And then I loosened, and then I had to readjust. So just keep in mind that as you're hearing these things, these are normal. All right, practice back through with the recording several times on that. Our next one is going to be number 3. Number 3. On number 3, okay, we are alternating notes. So in the first measure, your note is going to be an A. Okay, and then you'll rest for 4 beats. Then in measure 3, you play B flat, then you'll rest for 4 beats. Then in measure 5, you'll play an A again, then rest, and in measure 7, you'll play a B flat. So whenever we switch our valves, even though you've got that 4 beats, let's practice switching fast. So you'll play A, 2, 3, 4, rest and switch, ready, and B, 2, 3, 4, rest and switch. Just get used to that, because eventually whenever you're playing quarter notes and stuff, you're going to need to move your hands fast. All right, 5, 6, number 3, ready, rest and switch, rest and switch, ready, rest and switch, ready. Good. These are the 3 songs that I want you to practice and perfect, at least today. It might take a few days, and that's okay.